Hello everybody, my name is Luna, and in this video I'm going to try to explain a little bit why I'm living in Glasgow, because actually that's the question that most people ask me. Why did you choose Glasgow to move and live here? What I want to explain is basically that I'm here under a project called EVS. EVS is European Voluntary Service, and this is a program under the Erasmus Plus program. Maybe some of you have heard about it. European Commission provides of different types of scholarships and funding to people all over Europe to live abroad, to study abroad, and also to have different experiences. European Voluntary Service is one experience where you would be working or collaborating with an organization, charity organization in a different country than yours. It's fully funded by European Commission, which means that you don't have to take care of your tickets, your living, your food, your accommodation. All of that is usually covered in some way or another. There was in a moment in my life that I was very stuck. I felt that on a work level, on a professional level, I couldn't develop more skills on the things that I was doing at that moment, and I also felt that I needed a change in my life in general. That was like 1 year ago, a little bit more. During the time that you decide to be EVS, you are going to be collaborating with this organization on different parts. It could be, for example, I don't know, maybe supporting events, or maybe you are going to be helping disabled people, helping elder people. It all depends on your project and the organization that you choose. In my case, I'm supporting social media promotions and graphic design for my organization. If you are wondering how to apply, the most important thing that you have to remember is that you have to have a sending organization and a receiving organization. Both organizations has different roles during your period staying there. So your sending organization is going to train you to tell you all the information, and your receiving organization is going to help you and support you during the process. If you want to apply, what you have to do is find a sending organization in your own country. Usually it has to be the closest to you. So maybe if you are living in Aberdeen, it should be something around Glasgow or Edinburgh. If you are living, for example, in London, there are thousands of organizations doing this. And if you don't know how to apply or where to find these organizations, you can find them on the European Commission platform. In there is an option that you can say send an organization and the country as well, and it will appear everything that there is in your country. At any circumstance, there is always a national agency, so you can always contact them. In my case, in Spain case, in my country, it could be in Juve, and in the case of UK, it's British Council. You have to write your CV and motivational letter and send it to the projects that you want to collaborate with, and on that process you will have to write loads of emails, because some organizations are not going to be willing to have another EVS, or maybe it's not the timing that they're applying, or maybe it's just they're not checking at all EVS platforms, so they haven't deleted their own data from the database, but they are still there. So you have to send loads of email asking if they are interested, if they want to know something else about you. And also it's important to explain them why you want to volunteer for a year, and remember that this is not work, this is volunteering, so it's a little bit different. You can do it between you're 18 until you're 30 years old. And this is very important because you can only do it once in life. There is no more time to do it. So I highly recommend you that if you are between those ages, you should do it. I will leave much more material down below in the description box. So in there you can check all the information about how you can apply, where there are the organizations, which type of organizations are. If you still have any questions, you can leave me a comment. I will answer, because I know and I understand that sometimes it looks very bureaucratic process, because it has many papers and you have to fulfill some things, and there's loads of information online. It's difficult when you're applying for the projects to know exactly which projects are good and which projects are not so good. My recommendation is that you ask to your sending organization, because usually sending organizations has already some partners or some connections with other organizations, and in that way they know if the organization and the project is good, so they can tell you much more information than you think. Question why I chose Glasgow. I didn't choose Glasgow actually, I chose the project, and that's something that you should remember when you are applying. If you are applying and you decide to be an EBS, you shouldn't choose the country or just because of the language, you know. You should be very willing to do wherever, but also to look for something that is going to be interesting for you. You're going to spend many hours doing what you do, like as a volunteer. So definitely you have to like the project that you're going to be involved. This can be really great experience in Germany, France, or even, you know, Armenia, Georgia. It doesn't really matter the country. What it really matters is the experience, and it's going to be always very enriching for every single person who do it. For some people this is really scary, to be a part of everything in your life and start from zero in another country. The thing that I can tell you more is that you have to try it. I cannot explain you how much you can gain with these experiences. You have to do it, you have to go there and try it, and in the worst cases, if you don't like it, you always can come back. Seriously, no one is going to force you to stay, but at least try it, because I think these experiences could help many people to develop social skills and to be more communicative and to be more self-secure and being able to look for what they want, and sometimes also to appreciate everything that we have in our own countries and to realize and be more critical with our own culture and our own backgrounds, which is something that everyone should do. That's it. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you next week. Until then, I will miss you. Mwah. And yeah, my color is yellow, so let's see how it goes. Is that I